Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy BBT, and I've been playing a little bit of the finals. I've really been enjoying my time, but I also felt like I really wanted to make a video on the finals. And so we're going to talk about the gameplay, the mechanics, the way that the game feels, all of those types of things. But I'm also going to talk a little bit about the streamability. But first, before we get into any of that, check out some of the highlights, and then we'll meet back up here in just a minute. Cheers, everyone. And now a little bit of the finals. It's good. Oh my God, I didn't mean to fall. Oh my God, dude. Mr. Miyagi.
It's all about speed, strategy, and a whole lot of cash.
The live wires are charging in and unlocking Vault 1.
Ha, got you.
That's our first elimination. Our contestants clearly mean business today, Scotty.
Oh my God.
Special delivery.
Oh shit. Yeah, get your little ass. Bro, I can't get under there? Oh my God, dude, let's go.
Completely on their own out there.
Dude, this is ours. No! No way they stole that, right? Teammates, go get them! You want to pour? They fucking stole it, dude, and that's the game. What is my teammates doing? Gosh.
With fame and the Vokes have been wiped out.
Like a bad outfit, their strategy didn't quite come together this time.
Team respawn. Splash. Let's see whether they can keep that momentum.
See, I got his little.
Looks like a team wipeout for the mighty.
Oh my God, you little head.
Way to might,
Ooh.
and that's a grammar joke.
I'm so dead. If somebody looks at me, I'm dead. Not before I take out that guy.
Special delivery.
Oh God, I got him with the grenade. Oh my God, dude, your boy is just cracked out of his mind right now.
They're on the roof.
Yeah.
Fuck it. God damn, they are so accurate.
Ooh.
Drop the mine. Mine the mine.
Protect me, protect me.
Behind.
Oh!
He's pushing you, dude. Yep. He's on
We
the
got
button.
it. Let's go.
Nice.
Oh my God, the building's coming down.
Oh!
The Kingfisher re-engaging.
On me, he's low, he's low.
He's low, I got him. I got you. All right, let's fucking go. Can I get through underneath here? I can.
Go on, catch back up.
Retros have a cache in the works.
Oh no.
For a new
Dude, your boy is 16-9 right now.
10 seconds.
And yeah, that is GG. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the highlights. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the game, what I thought of the game, how it feels, how it plays, all of those types of things. I really wanted to highlight that the destructibility of all of the environment, all the things that you can destroy, it's super cool. I love that. I think it's such a great idea. When Battlefield first introduced that to the gaming world of like this crazy destruction, I remember that most out of Battlefield. And when they did that, I felt like this game did something very unique, very special. And it was really cool to see the finals kind of take that kind of approach. Well, you can even destroy zip lines to prevent enemies from coming up the zip line or going across. It's really cool, especially with kind of the way that the game feels. It feels kind of like a Call of Duty, a little more fast paced, action packed. You're going from spot to spot. You're kind of flying around the map a little bit. You've got zip lines, you've got jump pads. I mean, there's all this cool stuff that allows you to move from spot to spot to spot really quickly. And I really enjoy that kind of gameplay, that kind of feel to the game. I thought they did a great job with that, making this more of an arcade shooter that has some really strategic opportunities, but it's more based around fun gameplay, hitting those shots, you know, getting in and out of situations that you probably shouldn't have. Those are all really good things. And I think that's what this game does really well. I think that the gunfire, the way that the gunplay is in a lot of ways, I think it's good. So when you're on mouse and keys and the way that all the guns feel, I really do enjoy them. I think that they really kind of nailed that aspect of the game. I thought that felt really good. I don't like the aspect that you don't really get to customize your weapon all that much. It's like, okay, you get an AK. Your AK doesn't have a sight on it. Yeah, it's got a, 40 round mag or whatever it has. And then the FCAR, which only has a 20 round mag, has this really nice scope on it. I don't like how you can't kind of customize some of that. I think that could really kind of make the game a lot better. So some of the things that I think that the game needs to adjust, and when it comes to gameplay, is that there are weapons that are just naturally way overpowered. They're significantly have massive differences between each one. It would be different, I think, if there was a little more variance to it, but it feels very one-sided. There are like the FCAR. I think it's a great, well-balanced weapon that I really, really enjoy using. The problem is you cannot never one clip a heavy. That gun just needs some work. It needs either more damage or honestly, I don't think it needs more damage. I think it just needs a little bit bigger of a clip. The AK feels great, but the ADSing and the looking down sights on that gun just drives me crazy. So I hate it. There are all of the shotguns, literally all of the shotguns feel super overpowered. I mean, it's insane, especially if you're playing a light character and the little breakover double barrel shotgun. That gun is so busted. They just need to lower the range on a lot of those shotguns, especially the lever action shotgun that you have with the medium character. You can literally shoot somebody across the map and do decent amount of damage. Like, I get it that that's supposed to be a slug round, but that's insane. That's just not that shouldn't happen, in my opinion. Very specifically, the most busted shotgun is the light breakover double barrel shotgun. That thing needs some serious tweaking to it, especially with the way that the character of the light character is designed. You can one shot a light, you can one shot, definitely two shot a medium, and sometimes you can double shot a heavy and get the kill. So it's just, I don't know. I think that there's something that needs to happen with that gun. Needs to adjust that. Let's talk about the gadgets. I think that the gadgets can be really, really sweet. I think that they've done a pretty good job of having a diverse group of gadgets that it's in the arsenal. I think they've done a really good job with that. They definitely need to make some adjustments with the gas grenade and the the gas explosion traps. Those things it lasts way too long, and it does a decent amount of damage, like some serious damage. So I just think that they need to I think that they need to lower the amount of time that it takes for gas grenades to go away. They need to lower that down, in my opinion. Outside of that, the RPG feels pretty ridiculous in times. It feels like the destruction of that RPG compared to maybe some other grenade launchers, it's just not even reasonable. For the heavy RPG, that thing literally one shots a medium, a light, and will take 3/4 of the health of a heavy. And on top of that, it destroys half of the building when you shoot it. So I think they need to make the blast radius a little bit smaller, and I don't think that it needs to have that kind of destruction. So I think there's need to be some adjustments with that as well. Those are the most egregious things that I feel that were highlights that I thought, man, these some things they really need to adjust. I definitely think that there's something wrong with that. So and now we're going to talk about the characters and what I really like about them and what I feel like there needs to be some improvement on. I'm going to start with the heavy. I do think that the heavy is pretty slow and clunky, but I don't necessarily feel like it's that clunky. I feel like they maybe need to make the heavy a little bit slower potentially. I don't when I play a heavy, it feels like the guns are heavy, which I think is a good balance for that character. But I also feel like with their health being at 350, and especially if they are running shield wall or the dome, it's very difficult to interact with a heavy and not just feel like you're going to get demolished. So I think that there needs to be some adjustments to the heavy. And I'm not even 100% sure what it needs to be. I don't know if they need to be slower. I know that they recently had the patch in which they lowered the dome shield and the shield's overall health from those things a little bit. They lowered it by 50, I believe. And I think that made it better. It definitely feels better for sure. But it definitely feels like it's still quite not right. I don't really, me personally, my play style is not much of a heavy. I don't enjoy playing that kind of character. So for this game, it's probably my least favorite character, but it's just not my play style. So I'm a little biased to the other two. So let's move on to the medium character. I really like the medium character. I think it's the most well-balanced. I don't really know if there's anything in particular that I feel like is overly busted with this character. I don't think there's anything busted with it. I think it's probably the most well-balanced character. And I mean, that's kind of what a medium is, right? Like it's got to be the most well-balanced, most diverse kit that somebody can run. So I think that they actually did a really, really good job with this character. Now let's talk about the light. The light character, I feel like they've gotten some things. They nailed some of the things. The health of the light, they nailed. Perfect. The mobility of the light character, I feel like they've done a really good job with that. You feel nimble. You feel like you can scoot around the map faster than anybody else. They give you the dash ability along with you can have the dash, you can have the grapple, or you can have the cloak. The cloak is by far, I think, the most egregious thing in the game. And it's not that it's a cloak, it's the duration of the cloak and how often the light character can be cloaked. They can literally it feels like they can stay cloaked for 3/4 to a half of the game. This is a major flaw in the game. Major flaw. There is absolutely zero feat audio There is nothing in regards to that kind of audio. I mean, there is zero. If a light character is cloaked and is behind you, you will not know that they're there. You will not. There is zero indication that they're there until they get up on you. They put that shotgun in your back, they pull the trigger, and you die. It feels miserable dying this way. I mean, it literally makes me want to punch a hole in the wall. And it feels like most of my deaths come at the hands of a cloaked, light double barrel shotgun. I mean, I feel like that's probably half to 3/4 of my kill or my deaths. It feels like come from the light characters. So, and so it feels not right. And especially I used the cloak light double barrel breakover shotgun, and I had never played that character before. The first time that I've ever played all of those three things together, I went 12 and like 6, and I didn't even try. It was like zero effort, zero skill. I snuck up behind somebody on their team. I hit them with that double barrel shotgun, and then I moved on, got out of there, and then came back and then did it again. And I just did that over and over and over. The only times that truly that I died, it's because I overextended and I was actually trying to win the game and play the objective. That's why there's so many light cloaked double-barreled shotgunners that you don't even see them go for the objective literally ever. Now let's talk about sniping. The sniper for the light, I feel like that gun feels good, but it also feels a little clunky. Something doesn't quite feel good about sniping. And I do like that, one headshot kills. It's great. I like that a lot. I think that's a great thing to have in the game. But I didn't feel like it was very impactful either, especially with how the speed and the flow of the game. It feels like a sniper is not really necessary. It just kind of feels like it's an option, not as if it is something that is needed on a team. I just don't see it. I don't see it being actually useful. But anyway, that's kind of my take on the snipers. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about mobility. The mobility of the game, I thoroughly enjoy. I thought they did a great job, and this is definitely something that I think that they need to be commended on. The overall feel and the flow of the game, I think, is fantastic. It feels fun and exciting, even though there are definitely flaws in all of the different things that I talked about. The movement feels so good. You have some games that there's a natural flow or progression to the game, and the movement might not pace with the flow or the desired flow of the game. But I feel like the flow and the movement, all of those things actually are very fitting with each other. I thought they did a great job at the movement, and it's well done all the way around. Good job. We're going to talk about map design now. I think they did a great job with the map design overall. There's definitely some maps that are a lot funner than others, but I will say that I think the funner maps are the maps that you don't have to have as much map awareness on. And there's quite a few of the different maps that you actually have to have like a decent amount of map awareness. These maps are pretty extensive. There's a lot of levels to them. There's a lot of areas within each level, which I think is all really good design. But I think people are going to get frustrated if you don't know the maps. It's going to take you a pretty decent amount of time to learn the maps. But the flow of the game is so fast paced that it feels like you're going to learn the maps slightly faster than you might in other games, especially with being this kind of map design. There's so many different levels and layers to the way that the layout of everything is. I think they've done a really good job with this. So well done. So another thing that I want to talk about is team comps. Team comps seem to be incredibly important in the game, but here is where things get a little bit sticky, because I have ran into so many teams that are 3 stacking heavies and 3 stacking lights. I feel like that makes the games miserable. Even if that team doesn't win, the game actually feels miserable, because if you have a 3 stacked heavy team, when they get to the cash out, it feels like they have infinite health, and it feels like you can't get them off of the cash out when they're going to steal it, because they have so much health. They have all these shields, and they have just this ability to never reload one of their weapons. And they have rocket launchers that can blow a cash out that's on top all the way to the bottom of the floor. They throw down a couple of domes. One of them have a shotgun. The other 2 have LMGs. And it's like, I don't know how you stop that. So when the lights 3 stack, it just makes the game feel miserable. And I don't enjoy that. It makes the game feel so bad, because you have so many players that are cloaked. And then all of a sudden you get a shotgun in the back and you're dead. And then when you have 3 of them on one team, it really feels bad, because more than likely there's at least 1 on the other team. So now you're playing against 6 other players that 4 of them are cloaked the whole game. Okay, so what would I rate this game overall? I think the game has so much potential. I'm talking like it's got crazy, wild, fun potential, because there's a lot of moments when I'm playing the game that I'm like, this game is so good. There's so many aspects of the game are so good. And then there's these other aspects of the game that are so egregious and gross, like the light cloaker that with the double barrel shotgun, that it takes the game from up here and it drops it so much. And I think if they make some changes and do some pretty significant balancing to the characters, I think this game has potential to be an 8.5 to a 9. So overall, I think the game has so much potential. I think this game could be like the next big first-person shooter that has some competitive aspects to it. If they do it properly, I would say that this game has potential to be an 8.5 to a 9. But unfortunately, because of all of these little things that make the game feel so gross and not good, and honestly just not fun, I'm going to give the game a 6.5 to a 7. Let's give it a 6.75. And this is probably playing it for close to 20 hours. I've basically unlocked everything in the game, and I've played a lot of all 3 of the characters, and it just feels like it's an okay game right now. And it's fun to fire up with your friends, have a couple of drinks, and play the finals. That's kind of what I use this game for right now. And I'm probably only going to play it as if it's like that, because I just don't see the advantage until they fix some of the balances that I feel like they need to change. And it could be like a main game for me, but I just don't think it has that capability. So that's it. I'm going to give it a 6.75. It's still so much fun to play though. It's like hard for me to score it. If I actually score it properly and take away some of my biasness, because there's so many good things about the game, but there's so many bad things about the game as well, I think it's probably a 6.75. And I enjoy playing it in small bursts for a couple hours at a time. And I get my fix and it's good. But outside of that, I think there's other first-person shooters better out there. But this is a good take on what could be a fantastic first-person shooter in the future. Hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. Cheers.